What is going on, guys? Joey here, and as you can see, Mr. Cayco, he's back. We're back. Did the thing. Oh, man. I really wanted to get this one. Handled business. It was one of the... It was one of those performances where you plan everything out, you kind of gain a lot of ground, and you're like, wow, we're really about to do that. But there's like a little 1% of you that's like, are we really gonna do this? Like this has never been done before. Are we really gonna do this? And then the day comes, and you do it. And John, being someone who I've been through so much with all over the world, we've been through infinite battles. To remembering where he started and where we are now, it's been, I'm sure, very life-changing for the both of us. And it was just a really good one to get. So got some notes here. It was a long prep, 14 months. Just needed a break from, you guys know the gauntlet that I always talk about. Right? You do nationals, worlds, Sheffield, worlds, Sheffield, world, Sheffield, world, Sheffield. It just never ends. And just started getting banged up over the years, and finally took the time to just like reset, let everything heal up. Didn't lift heavy for quite a while. And then we got back into it, and everything went great. There were a lot of changes that we made from how we used to do things in the past. Changes split a lot. I believe we made one major split change that got a great result, and then we made one more major split change, and just refined it to what it is now. Really tried to emphasize rest, making sure that we give signal for growth, and then we get the hell out of there, right? No, really don't want to be doing any like useless volume past a certain point. There's a lot of communication coming into the taper for this meet. It wasn't just send the program and see you later. It was a lot of like basically every single day that he trained for the last 2 weeks coming into the meet. I mean, pretty much all the time we communicate. But we did make some audibles that I think really paid off. My plan was pretty aggressive, and on 2 of the lifts we exceeded that, and on one of them we were just under, and there's some reasons for that which I'll go over. What else? And then everything else in my notes is kind of it's gonna come up as we go. So starting out here, 292 squat. I wanted to end around 320, which is why I had it here, maybe a little higher. I left the door open for maybe him exceeding the 320 he did in the gym, but I also knew that he was cutting, so it was possible that there would be some issues. That moved really fast. That's how an opener should move. 2 to 1, kind of messed with me a little bit. Don't want to go 15. I'm just going to go 12. 305 will kind of tell me if we're going for that 320 or if we're just going to take the 310 or maybe 315. John has like a bad hip, I think, so he always kind of has one side that is a little bit like off. Let me close this out. It was a little bit deeper. Honestly, he might have squatted the first one slightly high, which is why it was so disgustingly fast, because I only went up 12 kg and then it was slower, and John did kind of mention it at some point. He went deeper, and that's probably why it was a little bit slower, so it's totally fine. Got my man Will here. Got my other man Will here. Got the boys here, Will and Will. I know he's going to get this weight. It's not really a question of strength. It's just he's got to hit depth, which we rarely miss depth. but it can happen. So this is like 10 kilos from what we did in the gym under, but we do cut a lot of weight. John probably does the biggest cut, I think, which I think is a skill, and if you can do it, I think he had another two, probably 312. So not too far off, but not bad. So pretty good. At this point, I'm starting to plan things out. I'm thinking, what is everybody else doing? I had some top end numbers for Gavin and Petrie that I thought we had to beat, and I kind of like added someone to it. So I was like, okay, they're gonna be good for like a lot. So I want to try to be on pace for that. Funny story on bench, his opener was 240, which it honestly could have stayed, and then I lowered it to 232. Because of where the chip was, where the record was. I mean, that was a lot. That was disgustingly fast. That was crazy. I tried to up it again to 237 because just the jumps were a little easier. But I couldn't do it just because you only could do it once. I forget, it's not deadlift. Deadlift you could do multiple times. So I was like, all right, no worries. If it doesn't really matter, we're super strong. I told him, hey, I just want to jump to this anyway. You're really strong today. Do you care? And he's like, no, I'm good. I could hit that easy. So I'm like, bet. The reason why we took a jump like this, Mr. Grant, who's always with me, pointed out, oh, no, it's not on this attempt. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? This guy, Johnny Cayco, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? So, look at that bald guy. Chris here, angry, mad for no reason, just mad all the time. No, I'm kidding. He's ready. He's in the moment. Reason why we took 252 is because, honestly, we could have just gone up because he was really, really strong. But 252 was like a guaranteed lift that he could hit, and it would cancel out the 1.5 additional chip that Gavin had on squat. So I was like, let's just hit that. 250.5 was like the original plan. 253 also, but like, dude, he was like super strong. Could have gone 253. Peaked amazingly. And this is the thing about, I'll pause this for a second. Let me find like a, damn, that was fast. So this is the thing about when you cut big. If you do it right, your squat, like you're giving up, like I'm going to give up a little bit on squat and I'm going to gain a lot on the other two because I'm going to be a bigger lifter when I get to those lifts. I'm going to be physically larger and I'm going to be able to have an advantage on the platform because if I weigh 220, he just didn't weigh 220, but you guys get what I'm saying. If I weigh like, 5 pounds more than everybody else, I should have an advantage. And when you're at the top levels, you need every little advantage you can get. And that's something that it's not easy to do. It's fucking painful. He, like when I saw him after weigh-in, like he looked a little bit dead. I wasn't too worried. I was just like, we've done this 1,000 times. I'm sorry that he has to go through this. Like I feel bad that he has to die like that, but we know what we're doing. We had the homie fam there doing nutrition. We're going to recomp and we're going to blast that bench. And that's exactly what happened. So coming into deadlift, now let me pull up my notes because this is where things get spicy. So coming into this, I thought that Gavin could pull like 3. I said he was going to hit a PR. So whatever he hit at NAPF, I was going to say like 7.5. I was going to try to scale it with the squat, 7.5 to 10 more. Then for Petrie, I had him at like 3. Oh my God, I don't even know the number. 85 or 387 or something like that. I didn't really feel necessarily comfortable with making him pull 385, so my gut was just telling me you got to put something on there that's just going to make him go to a place that he's never gone in comp. And he was going to be the one that was going to pull after us, so like You know, it's like we have two threats, right? We're kind of sandwiched. We have Gavin, who is going to go first and deadlift a lot and put up a big total that we need to exceed. And then we have Petrie, who's going to wait till we go, and then whatever we do, he's just going to try to chip that. And I need to make sure that whatever John does is too much for Petrie to hit, and it's better than whatever Gavin did. I was not as stressed as I thought I was going to be because I don't know, maybe I used all my stress up for Sheffield just before, so I was capped out. But I was just like, the answer is going to be there, and we're just going to take the weight, and that's really all we could do, right? Emotions are emotions, but I think over time you just become not like flat, but we just got to handle business, right? It doesn't matter how I feel in the moment. So 320, easy. Good. Got another 100 on that. 705. Very good, very good. Shout out Anthony on the left. I'm telling him, like, bro, stop jumping, because he's, like, burning energy. But he must have felt really, really good that day. So 340, jump 20 keys. When you're that strong, it's not a big deal. You guys see the, like, where everybody's at right now. And I think this is Gavin's placeholder. That was what because Gavin went before us. John has really, really good form, like, for his body, and I don't need to worry. Like, I don't have to worry about him making a technical mistake. I can call all his numbers basically on strength. 750 looked great. Saved a bunch of energy. Little dance action going on. 882 on the subtotal, I think. I'm not sure. No, it has to be more than that. 902 on the subtotal. Crazy. Over 900. Didn't even take the third deadlift. So now, put the number in. If I recall, Gavin attempted 355, but because Gavin's lot number was higher than ours, if we wanted 355, we would have to be higher. So we can't do that. He missed it, but regardless of if he made it or not, we're actually, I think if he made it, I had to go up 2 more. But I had the card ready. I had Chris make 2 cards, and he missed it, so I took the lower number, which is 357. Now the jump was 20 and 17, totally fine jump. Everything is indicating that we set ourselves up to be able to hit this number. He never hit it before in comp, but I knew he could do it just from preparation. And I felt that this number would push Petrie a little over what he could hit, but not too high to where John was going to miss. And you guys will kind of see what happens. I put the number in. I run out. We got Chris there to get him hyped. We got Will there. I like having Will because Will knows Cayco, and I brought him to Sheffield before in Worlds and stuff, and he's helped out. Let me just got it right there. That's when I knew. We're locked in. He's happy. He's having fun. He's enjoying himself. He's confident. There's nothing to worry about. There's no fear. We just got to do it. I believe I'm over here on the right somewhere. I think I was on the board. I don't know where I was. I came out after. I think there I am on the right. I'm just telling him, don't quit. Make sure your grip's set. He's not going to hitch. He's not going to do anything dumb. He's nice and powdered. Technique is the same every single time. Everybody goes nuts. I mean, he could have done another. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think he had? Remember, I always say the slowest point. Yeah, he's got another 2, for sure. 360. He's got another 2. And I'm like, Chris, don't break them. So, I mean, what can I say? Prep went off without a hitch. I got to do everything I wanted to do. I had enough time to do it. John handles his part. He trains, eats right, does everything he's supposed to do. And it just makes my job that much easier. And if you peak them really hard and you got to go to a scary number like 357, there's nothing to worry about because you just have the strength to do it. Getting stronger is like always the answer. Petrie went up after this. I believe he attempted like 389, something crazy. And it was close. It was close. Felt good to get that one after everything that we've been through, taking all that time off. To take the time off to train and come back and still be like yourself, very, very nice. Very, very nice. What can I say? Let me check my notes real quick before we head out. Alrighty. Explained why we took that bench number. The top ends that I had him at was actually 355 and around there on bench. And he was stronger. He was stronger than both of those numbers. So that always makes my life a lot easier. We have a short prep for Worlds. We took 1 week off. Now we're going to go 4 weeks, deload, 4 weeks, compete. And I'm really excited. Got everything booked. Just gonna handle business. What the heck is this angle? I'm really excited to go over there and just do it again. Do it a little bit more on there. It's really awesome that John, people are calling him the GOAT. And I think he is. And I remember when he was not and nobody said his name. And I was telling people that he's going to be somebody. And they don't really listen until you do it. And then it was just really cool to see him go on, World Championships and then Sheffield, travel the world, go to Malaysia, and oh my God, I forget the other place that he went. Mexico, do the seminars, just be somebody that people look up to, just be one of the most inspiring lifters in our sport right now. And, it's one of the joys of my existence to work with him. He's a great dude, just super drama free, and just he's chilling and lifting and driving cars now, I guess. But yes, Germany next. Plan is the same: keep the body healthy, handle business, and just keep things moving. And I'm sure we'll continue to refine and. As refined and sharp as things are right now, I can't wait to see where they end up in the future. Also, I just want to say shout out to Grant and Meech. Meech actually pulled to get third or second, and he just barely missed it. And really, John is opening the door for that. Because people are going to chase him or Gavin. They're going to chase one of them. And then when people miss, that you're basically competing with your 9 for 9 against their 8 for 9. And if you execute, you can kind of steal a position. But, Meech ended up missing it. But that's going to sting. And he's going to remember that. And he's going to want it even harder next time. And he's going to come back with a vengeance. But yes. All right, guys. Yeah, this was a good one. I look forward to more performances like this. I think the reason why this one hit so hard is because it was so contested. But those of you that have believed, you guys knew we could do it. You knew John had it in him. And I honestly think he's still getting better. So let's see what we do next. Really appreciate you guys. Let me know what you guys think you had on that poll in the comments. See you guys in the next one. Peace.